Malcolm, do you have a moment to talk? You don't have to worry about this taking too long because I can make this quick.
Oh, it's you, Sammy. What's up?
I wanted to talk to you during the reunion yesterday, but I didn't get the chance. I even tried to make an effort to walk up to you while you were pouring another drink, but you walked off the moment I came over.
You mean when you took my phone and snooped around for my number? April told me all about it.
What? I didn't exactly take your phone. Oh, that's a bit much, don't you think? But yes, I admit it. I did look at your number without asking. I'm sorry for that. It just caught me off guard that April, of all people, had exchanged numbers with you. That was really surprising to me.
So, what do you want? After the way things ended between us, most people wouldn't think to reach out, especially not like this.
I wanted to apologize for how I was back then. I know I was awful and I messed things up. Honestly, I was just a mess. Anyway, I need to tell you something. I just broke up with Seth earlier today.
Seth? Oh, right, the guy you cheated on me with. I almost forgot his name. What does that have to do with me?
Well, seeing you at the reunion yesterday brought back all these old feelings. It made me realize I couldn't stay with Seth anymore. I just couldn't.
Okay, and?
Oh, you're still as difficult as ever, aren't you? Can't you tell what I'm trying to say?
Not really. Spell it out for me.
Ugh, fine if I have to. What I'm trying to say is that I want us to get back together.
What? What's with this us business? So why are you talking as if I feel the same way about you?
Well, you're still single at 30, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. So what?
It's been 6 years since we broke up. 6 whole years. And in all that time, you haven't gotten married. Doesn't that mean you've been holding on to your feelings for me this whole time? That makes me so happy.
How on earth did you come to that conclusion?
It was obvious at the reunion. You kept looking at me. That's what I knew. It made me realize we're soulmates after all, meant to be together.
What?
By the way, you still live in that apartment, don't you?
Why does it matter if I do?
Because I'm on my way there right now.
Wait, what? You're coming over? Now?
Yes. I'm ready to reignite what we had. Just like old times, I'm going to dedicate a steamy, passionate night to you, starting tonight.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm good, thanks.
Oh, stop being so shy. You don't have to hold back anymore.
I'm not being shy. I'm serious. You're creeping me out. Please, stop.
Huh? Even as a joke, that's pretty harsh, don't you think?
It's not a joke. I'm dead serious. In fact, I'm getting married tomorrow.
What? Oh, come on. Stop joking around. If you're living with someone, fine, but getting married now? That's ridiculous.
Hey, listen to me. You're not taking this seriously, are you?
What are you talking about?
I'm saying I'm engaged to April.
What?
We're getting married at midnight tonight. Tomorrow's her birthday, so we decided to time our marriage registration to coincide with it.
You're lying. That can't be true. April didn't say anything about this at the reunion.
Why would she?
Why wouldn't she?
Do I really need to explain this to you? You bullied April in high school. You don't think she'd want to avoid bringing that up in front of you?
What? I did not bully her.
Oh, come on. Everyone knows about it. Back in high school, you wrecked her things, poured water on her head, and humiliated her. She told me it was all because she got the regular spot on the club team instead of you. Pretty pathetic, don't you think?
That's not true. It's all a misunderstanding.
Right, because that kind of behavior could just be a misunderstanding.
I didn't.
And just so we're clear, the reason I kept looking at you yesterday, it wasn't because I still had feelings for you. I was watching to make sure you didn't try anything with April.
Wait, seriously? That's why?
Yes. And then when I wasn't looking, you took my phone and looked up my number. Real classy.
I didn't mean to.
Anyway, not that it matters, but I don't live in that apartment anymore.
What? Oh, so you're staying at your parents' house now? Well, great. I'll just head there instead.
Don't bother my parents. Leave them out of this.
But I left the apartment I shared with Seth. I have nowhere else to go. After my parents divorced, I don't even have a proper home to go back to.
Not my problem.
And honestly, your parents scare me. Wouldn't it be better if it was just the two of us? Don't you think we should start fresh?
Still not my problem.
Please, Malcolm, I'm so much more attractive than April. You know that's true.
I don't care.
It's not too late. Please, choose me instead.
I don't care.
Fine then, if you're going to be like that, then I'll just wait for you at the registry office.
What for?
I'm going to stop you from getting married. You and April, seriously, you deserve so much better than her. Wake up, Malcolm, she's manipulating you. If we just talk, you'll see that I'm a better choice, I'm sure of it.
Go ahead, do whatever you want.
Fine, I'll be waiting. Malcolm, are you not here yet? I've been standing here in front of the city office waiting for you. Where are you? Hey, Malcolm, it's already been over an hour since the date changed, you know. Could it be that you're taking this time to talk to April and end things with her for me? If so, I'd be really happy.
Can you stop being so annoying at this hour? We already submitted the marriage registration a while ago, and now I'm back home.
What?
I'm about to go to bed, so do me a favor and keep it quiet, will ya?
Wait, but you and April, I haven't even seen you two here. I mean, I've been waiting right here in front of the city office the whole time.
Oh, I get it now. You probably went to the local city office in our hometown, didn't you?
Well, yeah, you're staying at your parents' house, right? So of course I assumed you'd be filing it here.
I moved out of my hometown a month ago for a work transfer.
What?
Obviously, April, who's now officially my wife as of tonight, moved with me.
Wait, hold on a second. Are you saying...
We submitted our marriage registration at the city office in our new area.
How could you? That is just so cruel.
You're the one who made all these ridiculous assumptions on your own. I never told you which office I'd be going to, nor did I ever say that I was still living with my parents.
But how could you? How could you? How could you? If that's the case, then where am I supposed to go? Where can I even go now?
I've already told you that's not my problem.
Malcolm.
Oh, by the way, there's something else I need to clear up.
What now?
April mentioned something earlier while she was messaging her friends. It's about the lottery. Did you by any chance hear about my lottery win from someone?
Oh, yeah, I did. I heard that you won $500,000. That's amazing, Malcolm. They say luck is a skill, and you're definitely someone who's always had it.
No matter how much you try to butter me up, I'm not getting back together with you. Also, the prize money wasn't $500,000.
Huh?
It was only $50.
What?
The amount I won was $50.
What are you talking about?
You must have misunderstood or maybe misheard whoever told you about it.
Are you kidding me? What the hell is that supposed to mean? $50 wouldn't even cover a trip to the spa. If that's the case, then Seth, with his high-paying corporate job, is way better off financially than you. And I broke up with Seth for this? How are you going to take responsibility for what you've done to me, Malcolm?
So it really was all about the money, wasn't it?
Don't change the subject. You owe me compensation for everything. Give me $500,000 right now. You owe me that much.
You're unbelievable. Honestly, you are. I can't even believe what I'm hearing right now. You're really something else.
Wait, Malcolm, please just hear me out. Look, I was desperate, okay? I thought if you really did win $500,000, you'd come back to me. I mean, we were so good together once, weren't we?
Good together? Are you even listening to yourself right now? You threw everything away when you decided I wasn't worth sticking around for.
But you were so different back then. You weren't stable, you didn't have a career path. How was I supposed to know you'd turn everything around? And now you're with April.
Exactly, and she's been with me through everything, even when times were tough. She didn't leave when things got hard. That's the difference between you two.
But Malcolm, I've changed. I swear I have. I just didn't know how to handle things back then. If you give me another chance, I'll prove it to you.
There's no chance. None. And after tonight, I hope it's clear to you why.
Malcolm, please don't do this to me. I don't have anyone else. Seth is not going to take me back after what I did. I gave up everything for you, and now I have nothing.
That's not my problem. You made your bed, now you get to lie in it.
You are heartless, Malcolm. How could you just throw me away like this?
I didn't throw you away. You walked away, and I'm not responsible for what you lost because of your own decisions.
Malcolm.
Good night. Afterward, I heard some things from mutual friends in our hometown. From what they told me, it doesn't seem like Sammy has gotten back together with her ex, Seth. It's a bit of a relief, I suppose, but things aren't necessarily looking up for her either. People in town still catch glimpses of her from time to time walking around the streets, but when it comes to where she's living these days, no one seems to have a clue. She's become something of a mystery, a presence that's still around, yet untethered to any specific place. What's even stranger is how much her appearance has been changing. Whenever someone happens to see her, it's almost as if her outfits get more and more revealing with each passing day. I'm not exaggerating when I say she's taken on an entirely different vibe. Flashy, borderline gaudy, and attracting all kinds of attention. The way she carries herself seems so distant from the Sammy I used to know. It's as though she's trying to reinvent herself entirely, shedding the person she was in an attempt to become something or someone new. And then there's this peculiar detail everyone keeps mentioning. Every single time she's spotted, she's with a different guy. It's never the same face twice, which has only fueled speculation among those who know her, even if only vaguely. People can't help but whisper. Some of the rumors going around have taken on a pretty dark tone, with many wondering if she might be involved in something shady. Could she be working in some dangerous line of work, they ask? And honestly, I wouldn't put it past her. The whole situation sounds so unlike the Sammy I used to know, but at the same time, maybe it's not so surprising considering the way things ended between us. On the other hand, as for me and April, we've been working hard to keep our lives as steady and secure as possible. After everything we've been through, taking precautions has become second nature to us. We've not only been reaching out to friends and acquaintances to make sure they know where we stand, but we've also taken concrete steps to ensure that Sammy doesn't have any way of finding out where we live. When you've been through the kind of emotional turmoil Sammy put me through, you learn pretty quickly that you can't take your safety for granted. Even the smallest chance of her trying to interfere with my life again is something I can't risk. April's well-being is my top priority, and knowing Sammy's unpredictability, I refuse to let my guard down. One of the best decisions we made, in hindsight, was moving into an apartment complex with good security measures in place. It wasn't just about getting a new place to live, it was about creating a space where April and I could feel safe, away from all the chaos Sammy left in her wake. I can't even begin to describe the relief that came with that move. The sense of ease I felt after settling into a new environment, one where I knew Sammy wouldn't just randomly show up, was something I hadn't felt in years. Looking back on the situation, it's clear to me now how much of a toll Sammy's erratic behavior took on me. Her actions, her choices, and even the lingering shadow of her presence. It all left a mark that's taken a long time to begin healing. But if there's one thing I've learned, it's that rebuilding your life is possible, even when the odds feel stacked against you. There were days when I didn't know how I would get through it all, when I was convinced I'd never escape the weight of my past with her. But here I am, standing on my own feet again, and I've got April by my side, supporting me through every step of the way. April has been a huge part of that rebuilding process for me. She's brought a sense of stability and warmth into my life that I didn't think was possible after everything that happened with Sammy. Knowing that she's by my side gives me the strength to face whatever challenges come my way. That's why I've been so adamant about taking every precaution we can to protect the life we're building together. It's not just about me anymore. It's about us, and I won't let anything jeopardize that. Still, There's a part of me that can't help but feel a twinge of sadness when I hear about what Sammy's become. Even with everything she's done, I can't completely shake the memories of who she used to be. There was a time when she was someone I cared about deeply, someone I thought I could share a future with. Seeing her name reduced to whispered rumors and questionable behavior, it's hard not to feel a sense of loss, even if it's for a person who no longer exists. But life moves on, and so must I. Every step I take toward building a better future with April is a step further away from the chaos Sammy brought into my life. And as much as the past may try to pull me back, I know that my focus needs to stay firmly on the present and the future. As for the rumors about Sammy, I try not to dwell on them too much. They're just that, rumors. Whether they're true or not, they're not my burden to bear anymore. My energy is better spent on making sure April and I continue to thrive, free from the shadows of our past. In fact, one of the things I've realized recently is that I've spent too much time worrying about what might have happened to Sammy when I should have been focusing all that energy on the life I'm building with April. Every time I hear a new rumor, I realize I'm wasting precious time that could be spent focusing on what matters most. It's easy to get caught up in the past, but I've made a conscious decision to leave that behind. What happens with Sammy is no longer my concern. What happens with me and April, now that's something I can control, something I can invest in fully. April is the one I need to be there for, and she's the one who deserves my attention and my heart. The rest of the world and its distractions, they're just that, distractions. Looking ahead, I'm excited about the possibilities. I know the road won't always be easy, and I'm sure there'll still be bumps along the way, but I also know that with April by my side, we'll get through whatever comes next. Sammy and her unpredictable behavior, that's a chapter I've closed, and I'm not turning back. I'm ready for the future, and it's bright, full of potential, and full of promise. There's nothing more I could ask for. Every day with April is a reminder that I'm finally living the life I was meant to live, free from the past and embracing everything that lies ahead. As we look forward to the future, I feel more confident than ever. With each new day, April and I continue to build something stronger together. I know we can weather any storm as long as we stay united. It's a feeling I haven't experienced in years, and I'm embracing it fully. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Pearl? Oh my, isn't this Leah, the poor one? Did you get lonely because no one talks to you at the kindergarten? It's only you and your entourage of that mother and child who are ignoring me. Huh? Listen here, Pearl. But how is it acceptable for you to openly show that attitude, ignoring me so blatantly in front of the children, and even drag the kids into it? Isn't that behavior completely inappropriate for a parent at a kindergarten? Oh, the poor single mother is barking again. I have a husband, and I'm not poor enough to be treated like I'm destitute. Then bring your husband here. Only then will I believe you. I told you my husband is working overseas, so I can't bring him here. See? I knew it. Your husband isn't here, is he? I knew it. It's a single mother situation after all. I've told you already that's not the case. Poor people shouldn't be coming to the kindergarten. Seriously, enough already.
Grandpa, the friends at kindergarten didn't talk to me again. They said poor people shouldn't come to kindergarten.
Leah, do you have a moment?
Oh, Father? It's rare for you to call at this time. What's going on?
Well, it's just that I noticed something strange in a message from Billy. I wasn't sure if you knew about it, and I thought it'd be better to talk to you directly.
Huh? From Billy?
Billy, as you know, recently started going to that cram school, and that's when he decided to get a smartphone.
Yes, even though he's just in his first year of junior high, we discussed it with your father, and considering he comes home late sometimes, we thought it'd be better for him to have one. This way he could stay in touch, especially if he's out late. And I feel a little more secure knowing he can contact us if he needs anything. I didn't want him to feel left out, especially since many of his friends already have one.
From what I can gather, the message seemed to be from Maggie using Billy's phone. She must have borrowed it and sent me a message because the words used were ones a 5-year-old typically wouldn't use. I believe Billy must have helped her type it, or at least guided her in writing it. I was shocked at how clearly written it was for someone so young. I wasn't sure if I should be concerned or not. I don't even know where she could have learned some of those phrases, but I'm sure Billy had to have helped her.
Now that you mention it, on the very first day Billy had his smartphone, Maggie kept running after him saying, "I want to use my brother's phone too." Did she get to borrow it from him? What did you receive in the message? What exactly did she say?
Well, it was this. Grandpa, my friends at kindergarten didn't talk to me again. Poor people shouldn't come to kindergarten.
What? This
is the exact message that was sent. I haven't edited it in any way. I made sure to read it through several times, and it was definitely the message Billy sent. I'm still trying to make sense of it. But it seems like Maggie might not be getting along well with her friends at kindergarten. She must be feeling left out or hurt in some way. As for the mention of poor people, I'm not sure how that came up, and I'm definitely confused about it.
I'm sorry for making you worry. It seems like Billy's been worried too. I'll talk to him about it properly later. I really need to understand what's going on with Maggie and why she's been feeling so upset. I'm not sure how to handle this.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Do you have any idea why this is happening? If you're having trouble with something, I'm here to listen. Don't hesitate to share what you're thinking.
Well, actually, I think I could use some advice. I believe the message you got was related to Maggie being ignored by her friends at kindergarten. She might be dealing with something that's making her feel isolated. I'm really concerned about what she might be going through at her age. She's only 5, and this is a difficult situation for kids when it comes to making friends and dealing with social dynamics.
Ignored?
It all started because I, as her mother, ended up getting on the wrong side of one of the moms who's a leader at the kindergarten. I didn't even see it coming, but it's been building up for a while now. At first I thought I could just stay out of it and avoid trouble, but then it became more complicated. Now it's affecting Maggie directly.
On the wrong side? What happened?
The mom's name is Pearl. Her father is the president of a major local company, and her husband is the vice president. They're quite wealthy and proud of making large donations to the kindergarten, showing off their upper-class status. They like to flaunt their power, and it seems like they enjoy being admired for their wealth and influence. But more than that, it seems like she's used to having people around her and doing whatever she wants because of her connections. It's hard to explain, but she seems to think that everyone else should bow to her, especially in the kindergarten setting. I'm just a bit confused as to why she felt the need to involve me in all of this.
Why did she pick on you?
She mistakenly thought that we were a poor single-mother family. She made assumptions based on some of the choices I've made and some of the circumstances surrounding our family.
Huh? A single mother?
Because my husband is working overseas and has never even come home, she must have assumed that we were divorced. I never gave her any reason to think that, but it didn't matter. Plus, I'm not a stay-at-home mom, and I work as an employee. Most of the clothes I wear are from brands that are generally considered inexpensive or budget-friendly. Our temporary apartment, while we wait for our new home to be built, is in a building that's 60 years old. It's not the nicest place, but it's all we can afford right now, and we're making do. It seems that these things matched her idea of what constitutes a poor family. So, Pearl and her entourage of other moms labeled us as the poorest family at the kindergarten. They've been talking about us behind our backs, and I'm sure it's been spreading to other parents, too.
I see.
I could have tolerated being the target of their behavior if it was just me, but recently they've even started telling other kids, "Don't play with Maggie, she's from a poor family." I overheard some of the other parents telling their children not to associate with her. I'm heartbroken for her, and it's really affecting her self-esteem. She's only 5, and she shouldn't be dealing with this kind of exclusion.
Has the kindergarten done anything to intervene?
Because Pearl's family has such influence, no matter how much I complain, they won't take any action. The kindergarten's director and the staff are all so eager to please Pearl's family, and no matter what I say or do, they won't step in. I've tried to address it with them, but they keep telling me to resolve it privately or just wait for things to settle down. They keep brushing it off. It's clear to me that they're trying to avoid getting on Pearl's bad side. They don't want to lose the funding or donations that her family provides.
I see.
I feel terrible for making Maggie go through this, but I'm planning to have her take a break from kindergarten for a while starting tomorrow. It breaks my heart to pull her out of school, but I think it's the best option for her right now. I don't want her to be exposed to any more of this negativity.
I need to check something, though. Isn't the company Pearl's father runs called D Corp?
Yes, it's D Corp. Are you, by any chance, involved with their business in some way?
Ah, I am. But does Pearl not know that I'm your father?
Well, that's right. Since I'm married now and my surname is different, and I met Paul after I got married, if she knew who I was, she definitely wouldn't have treated me that way. She's the type to respect power and authority, after all. She only values people who can offer her something in return. If she had known I was connected to you, she would have probably acted very differently. Can't help but feel like she's trying to manipulate everyone to get what she wants.
I see. Understood. Perhaps it's time to deal with that family.
Wait, father?
I didn't mean it like that. I've been thinking about some things related to D Corp. There's an investigation that's been ongoing for some time. I've been part of some discussions regarding a few issues that have been brewing behind the scenes. If it comes to light, Pearl's family will be brought down by it. I'm not saying I'm going to take action directly, but there are people involved who are looking into it. Things will come to a head soon, and once they do, I believe Pearl's family won't be in the position of power they once were. That's just the way things work sometimes.
I appreciate that you're concerned about me and Maggie, but you have a position in society, and I don't want you to do anything reckless. Please, just be careful. I don't want you to get caught up in something dangerous or too complicated.
Don't worry about me. Thank you for looking out for me. But I really need to be more careful with my choice of words. I'll make sure to think things through before I act.
Maggie, it seems like she's taking a break from the kindergarten. I wonder if she's finally starting to understand the reality of the situation. If she has, then it's high time you both left the school and disappeared. Just looking at the two of you, mother and daughter, fills me with disgust. Poor Pearl. What? Leah! Why didn't you tell me? I just found out that the president of the company, which accounts for 70% of D Corp's sales, is your relative. I only found out recently myself. No, that's not the real surprise. Your father is actually my father's senior from high school and college. And on top of that, he's an active state legislator. Is this really something that needs to be talked about? Huh? It's not like I've been hiding it. If anyone asked, I would tell them. But then why have you been pretending to be poor? I'm not pretending to be anything. It's true that my husband is working overseas and we're living in an old apartment as a temporary place until our new home is built. As for my clothes, I just prefer affordable options. It's my personal taste. I have explained this all to you, but you and your friends have decided to label me and my daughter as a poor single mother family. That's not even the issue anymore. Please, can you connect me to your father? How much do I need to pay to make this entire situation go away? This entire situation? The competitive bidding issue, of course. Ah, so you're talking about the government-related bid rigging that D Corp was involved in, right? I've heard from my father's associates that they're investigating it. Bid rigging, where contracts were awarded unfairly to certain companies, right? And the company involved is D Corp. I don't really understand the details, but I know that there's a law called the Anti-Bid Rigging Law. I don't care about all that legal mumbo-jumbo. If this becomes public, my father and husband will be arrested. Just tell me how much your father wants to make this disappear. So you're suggesting bribing a state legislator to cover it all up? Don't put it that way. I just want you to keep quiet about it. Well, that's something I can't do. Why not? Because my father absolutely despises that kind of thing, and accepting money to cover up a crime would mean ruining his entire career. There's no way I would put him in that kind of situation. Well then, our kids are going to the same elementary school starting this spring, right? I'll make sure they get along, and we can even be friendly like the other rich families. Oh, but my daughter is going to the S University-affiliated elementary school in the neighboring city. What? We're actually building our new house near that school, so my involvement with your kindergarten group will end when she graduates. Well, actually, I wonder, will your child be transferring out soon? What am I supposed to do now? This is ruining my whole wealthy lifestyle. By the way, didn't you watch the news? What? Your father and husband's names are already being reported. No way! I can't handle any more of this. Just wait! I'm leaving now. Wait! I just looked outside and there are reporters everywhere. Please, at least help me out this once.
Leah, good morning.
Good morning, Father.
Are you on your way to the airport now?
Yes. Maggie and Billy insisted on greeting you at the airport. Since my husband is finally returning after finishing his overseas work assignment, they're both really eager to see him.
I see. It's good that everything has been resolved by the time you meet him.
That's true. Of course, I've already explained the situation to him. I think he was quite worried, but it's a relief that things are calming down. As far as the kindergarten situation goes, things are finally peaceful, which is such a relief. Pearl's group of mothers has quieted down considerably, and it seems like the kids are getting along better now.
That's good to hear. Well, leave all the political matters to me. You just focus on being a mother and wife and do your best for the family.
Yes, thank you, Father. At last, things around me are calming down, and I can finally take a deep breath and feel a bit of relief. It's been a long time coming, but after so many weeks of tension and uncertainty, the situation is beginning to settle. I was honestly starting to wonder if we would ever get to this point, but here we are. The worst seems to be behind us, at least for now. Since then, a lot has happened, and the changes have been significant. It seems that D Corporation, which has been at the center of much turmoil, has undergone some drastic management changes. The entire leadership team has been replaced, and they're currently in the process of overhauling the company's structure. It's a difficult but necessary step, especially considering the problems they'd been facing. There's still a lot of uncertainty surrounding the company's future, but they are making an effort to restructure, hoping to improve the situation and create a more stable environment going forward. It's not going to be an easy road, but they're trying. On a personal note, Pearl has had her own dramatic upheaval. Her life has completely changed since everything started. Her husband, as well as her father, found themselves in serious trouble, so much so that they both became involved with the police. It's hard to imagine how things got so bad, but it seems that they crossed a line that they couldn't come back from. Both men had to deal with the legal consequences of their actions, and it wasn't long before Pearl had no choice but to divorce her husband. It must have been a difficult and emotional decision for her, but in light of everything that had happened, I suppose she had no other option. Divorce is never easy, especially when there are so many other issues to contend with, but for Pearl, it was the only way out. To add to her troubles, it appears that Pearl's parents also went through their own divorce. The breakdown of their marriage added even more complexity to an already chaotic situation. Pearl must have felt like her entire world was falling apart, with family and relationships fracturing around her. Divorce alone is a painful enough experience, but when it involves multiple family members, it becomes even more complicated. She had to deal with the fallout from both her husband and her parents all at once. How overwhelming that must have been, to have everything you once thought was stable suddenly crumble beneath your feet. In the aftermath, Pearl tried to move forward, hoping to start fresh. She packed up and took her mother and child with her as they fled the turmoil of their previous life. They relocated to another area, hoping that a change of scenery would bring a sense of peace and a chance at a new beginning. It was a bold move, one that required courage and strength, but at first it seemed to be working. They found a new place to live, and for a time, things seemed to be improving. Pearl was starting over, and that gave her a sense of hope. However, things quickly became more complicated than they seemed. Pearl couldn't shake the life she had once lived. She had been used to luxury, to the comforts and indulgences that came with her former lifestyle, and it wasn't long before she began trying to recreate that lifestyle despite the fact that she could no longer afford it. She started spending money she didn't have, going back into debt and even borrowing money to keep up the appearances of the life she once led. The pressure of maintaining that image became overwhelming for her. She couldn't let go of the past, and it drove her to make reckless financial decisions, all in the hopes of holding on to something that was no longer realistic. Her mother, who had been supporting her during these difficult times, started to become deeply concerned about the effect this behavior was having on Pearl's child. The financial instability, the reckless spending, the constant strain, it was clear that this was not a healthy environment for anyone, and certainly not for a child. Pearl's mother saw the damage it was causing and tried to step in, hoping to guide her daughter back onto a more reasonable path. But Pearl refused to listen. She couldn't let go of the dream of the life she had lost, and as a result, she kept making poor choices. After that, Pearl's life seemed to spiral even further out of control. The debt continued to pile up, and she couldn't stop herself from making one bad decision after another. It was at this point she needed to reach out to her old friends, sending out a desperate message to everyone asking for help. She needed someone to save her from the mess she had created, but unfortunately, it seemed like no one was willing to offer that help. She sent out a mass message to her former friends, hoping that someone would step in and support her, but after that message, she completely disappeared. There's been no contact since, and no one knows where she is now. It's like she just vanished. It's a tragic story, one that makes you wonder where things went wrong for her. Pearl was once someone with so much potential, so many opportunities, but somewhere along the way, she lost her way. The pressures of her past, her inability to let go of the life she once had, and her refusal to face the reality of her situation all led her down a path of self-destruction. Now she's gone, and we're left to wonder if she'll ever be able to put the pieces of her life back together. The debt, the broken relationships, the fractured family. Can she ever recover from all of that? Or has it all become too much to bear? It's a reminder of how fragile everything can be. Life can change in an instant, and sometimes the choices we make can have consequences we never imagined. Pearl's story is one of loss, not just of material things, but of relationships, of security, and of her own sense of self. And now she's gone without a trace, leaving only the memories of what she was and what she could have been. It's heartbreaking, really, and I can't help but wonder if she'll ever find a way to make peace with herself. Perhaps, in some way, she will, or perhaps she's already too far gone. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
All right, I've made up my mind.
Wyatt? I was just about to text you to ask if you were done with work. What did you decide?
Rima, sorry, but I'm spending tonight with my ex-girlfriend.
Riley? What? Your ex-girlfriend, as in Riley, the one who lived next door to your parents?
Yeah, my childhood friend and ex. One of those people who are just extra special.
Hold on, are you seriously saying that, knowing what day it is today? Even if you didn't realize, what you're saying is completely outrageous. Do you have any idea what you're doing?
Yeah, that's part of why I'm messaging you. The hotel we booked for our wedding anniversary tonight, I'll be staying there with Riley instead.
What?
The hotel's already reserved, so I might as well spend it with the person I'm actually with right now, right?
I seriously question your sanity. I never thought I'd be treated like this on our first wedding anniversary.
Oh, come on, you can go any other time, right? Just let me have this one.
I can't even begin to understand your thought process.
Please, just let it go.
You do realize what this means for us going forward, right?
I'm not sure what you mean, but I'll take that as you letting me have my way. I've already checked into the hotel, by the way.
I see. I guess it can't be helped.
Thanks.
Thanks? Seriously? Your delusion is so overwhelming, it's almost refreshing. I've managed to calm down because of it. I'll be heading back to my parents' house then. I knew it. He's involved with her. What? It feels like my years of trust and complacency have been used against me, and I am furious. Jennifer, calm down. Are you saying the private investigator you hired has reported back? Yes. So it was her after all? Yes, it was her. I can't forgive this. I understand how you feel, but you need to stay calm. How composed we are now could determine what happens next. Yes, I'll do my best to calm down. Jennifer, I know it's hard to stay calm right now, but I have some urgent additional information. What is it? Are you alone right now? Yes, my husband is away on a company trip, so I'm alone tonight. Understood. Is this about Wyatt? Was there something about him in the investigator's report? A little, yes. Some details about him came up as a byproduct of the investigation I requested. Wyatt is my husband's stepson, so he isn't biologically mine, but even so, I couldn't help but feel sickened by what I read. Could you share that with me as well? Sure, would you like to come over now? If it's all right, I'll come by in an hour. Got it, I'll get everything ready.
Whew! What an amazing night! Chemistry really is important, huh? I'm sleep deprived but completely satisfied. Morning coffee with someone you connect with is unbeatable.
You're actually saying that to me? Your wife?
What?
The fact that that's your response, you're beyond saving.
Huh? Anyway, no time to waste. She's asking for a round 2, so I'll catch up with you later. Oh, by the way, I extended the stay. I'll be back in a week.
A week? What about work?
Who cares about that? Just tell him I'm sick or something.
Do it yourself. I'm not doing it for you.
Later.
He is hopeless. Rima, thank you for last night and today. Have you managed to calm down a bit? Yeah, somehow. I spoke with my brother earlier and explained the situation, and he's agreed to let me stay at his place for a while. He even introduced me to one of his lawyer friends, and I've already scheduled a consultation for tomorrow. Oh, that's quick. And you? You're just getting started, aren't you? Yeah, first I need to start gathering evidence. We only found out about Wyatt's cheating last night, and while the investigation report you commissioned suggests their relationship has been going on for some time, if I'm going to move forward with the divorce, I need a solid final blow, something irrefutable. Also, I'll need to coordinate with how you're proceeding. You're right. We need to stay on the same page here. If you'd like, I can refer you to the private investigator I used. Since it's someone my brother knows, they're willing to give a bit of a discount. Really? Oh, that would be a huge help. All right, I'll pass your contact information to them. Thank you so much. What about you? What are you going to do next? Well, Wyatt will probably waltz back in like nothing happened, but you can't just go on like that, right? Are you going back to your parents' house for now? Yes, that's the plan. My workplace will be farther away, but fortunately, my job can be done remotely. I'm planning to discuss it with my manager. Got it. Our enemy is the same. Let's keep in touch and get through this together. Yes.
Hey, Rima! Huh? What? I just got back from the hotel and there was a divorce application sitting on the table. Perfect timing! Thanks!
Oh, perfect timing, huh?
Yeah, Riley and I, after spending an entire week at the hotel, coming together again and again, how should I say this? The thought of us returning to separate lives now just feels so sad. Riley feels the same way, and honestly, I feel bad for you, but I've decided to finalize the divorce as soon as possible. With that resolve, Riley and I came home together, and there it was, a divorce application with your name already filled in. All your stuff was packed up and gone too. And now that I think about it, you said you were going to your parents. You even took care of the moving process for me. Thanks to you, Riley and I can start living together today.
Oh, is that so?
Seriously, thank you. I'm really grateful. Truly, I mean it.
Is that so?
I'm gonna be so happy with Riley.
Is that so?
I'm heading out now to file the divorce papers and the marriage application at the same time.
The level of delusion you've reached is truly astounding.
Our divorce is finalized, and Riley and I are officially married. We're husband and wife now.
Congratulations.
We're heading straight off to our honeymoon.
Oh, so you're not coming back home?
Nah, Riley wanted to go to this resort, so we'll be there for about a week.
Another week, huh? Not that it's any of my business now, but have you informed your company about your absence?
Yeah, can you handle that for me again?
No, do it yourself. I have no obligation to do that anymore.
Once we get to the resort, we're heading straight to the mixed outdoor hot spring.
Jennifer, the divorce has been finalized. It seems they also filed the marriage registration with Riley at the same time. Oh my, how indecent. Well, from our side, it's been quite an interesting turn of events. I see. How about you? Yes, everything is going according to plan here. I just had my husband sign the divorce papers a moment ago, and I plan to submit them tomorrow. Not immediately, but tomorrow? Yeah, just to be safe, I'll do it tomorrow. Soon my divorce with my husband will be finalized. We'll be complete strangers. You had met with your husband earlier, right? How was it? It seems he had no idea that his affair had been discovered. His face turned completely pale when I told him. He signed the divorce papers without saying much, but then suddenly it seemed to hit him. He looked at me and said, "Wait, I still have time, right?" And with a desperate, wide smile, he ran off. I wonder what he was trying to get in time for, I wonder. Who knows?
What the hell? Could this really be happening? I wish it weren't true.
What now?
Riley and Dad have been seeing each other, and it seems Riley actually considers Dad as her main partner, and Dad is seriously in love with Riley too. It seems like he wanted to marry Riley, but since he's still married to Mom, if their affair were to get exposed, it would result in a divorce and alimony. To avoid that risk, it looks like he thought that if I, his son, marry Riley and we start living together, they'd always have a reason to be together.
But you're still married to me, aren't you? Just so you know, I'm going to claim alimony.
It's gonna be on me to pay, and it won't affect us, so whatever.
What a perfect example of someone only thinking about their own convenience.
But the thing is, Dad's affair was discovered by Mom, and the divorce has been decided. Dad's gonna have to pay alimony to Mom, but now he can marry Riley openly. Last night, Dad contacted Riley and told her that.
You and Riley must have filed your marriage registration just a little bit ago, right?
Yeah, we did.
You probably already know this, but legally, people who used to be husband and wife can't remarry each other. Even if you and Riley get divorced now, your dad and Riley can't get married anymore.
That's it! That's what I was trying to tell you!
What?
Dad showed up at our honeymoon resort, and just now in our hotel room there was total chaos. Dad was shouting at me, "Why did you file the marriage papers with such timing? Now we can't get married!" He started hitting me, and Riley started kicking me and screaming. They both just tore into me. Then they both got all fired up saying, "But our love won't change." And before I knew it, Dad and Riley were about to, right in front of me.
Oh my.
I couldn't bear to watch anymore, so I grabbed my stuff and fled the resort.
Wow. It's turned into a full-blown mess, hasn't it?
What am I supposed to do now?
Don't ask me.
What?
We've already divorced. Don't drag me into this.
I got fired from my job.
You got fired from your job?
I stayed in a hotel for a week. Then after that, I just couldn't get myself to leave the house because of all the chaos. But eventually I had no more paid leave left, so I forced myself to go back to work after nearly half a month. And when I got there, they treated the 2 weeks as unauthorized absences.
All right. Unauthorized absence for 2 weeks, wasn't it?
Why didn't you tell them you'd be absent?
You told me to handle it.
But...
The thing is, you took the extra vacation for staying at the hotel because you were cheating with another woman, and the honeymoon trip with Riley was after we'd already divorced. And yet you just dumped all the responsibility of notifying the company on me, which is totally unreasonable.
What the hell am I supposed to do? This is a nightmare, and I have no idea what to do anymore.
Just so you know, I'll be claiming alimony later, so make sure you pay up.
This is still going on? It's a nightmare! This is my fault. I should have made sure to take care of everything.
You're just realizing that now?
What do you mean?
It's just like you said the other day. All of this started because of the mess you created. You thought you could get away with everything, but now that things have spiraled, you're blaming everything on bad luck and timing.
I didn't think it would go this far.
Well, now you know. You should have thought things through before you did all this.
It's too late now, I know that.
You didn't have any intention of actually working through it, did you? You kept pretending everything was fine while making it worse, lying, cheating, and expecting others to fix it for you.
I didn't think it would be like this.
Well, it is. Now you need to deal with the consequences whether you want to or not.
What do I do? I don't know what to do anymore.
I've told you already, I'm not helping you. You're on your own.
But please, I need your help just this once.
You think I'll just help you after everything you've done? You're the one who chose all of this. You're the one who caused it, not me. You have to face it now.
Please, I just don't know what to do. I'm so lost and everything is falling apart.
You should have thought about that before.
I've made a huge mistake. I should never have done all this. I've been thinking about everything, and I don't know why I was so selfish. I thought I could get away with it, but now it's too late. Everything's ruined. I hurt so many people. I hurt you. I hurt Riley. I hurt Mom. I can't take back what I've done.
What do you want me to say? You've already made your choices. Now you have to live with them.
But I don't know how. I don't know what to do anymore.
You'll figure it out. But don't expect anyone to save you now. You have to face the consequences on your own.
But I don't know if I can. I feel like everything is crashing down.
It is crashing down, and it's your own doing. I can't fix it for you.
Please, just listen. I know I messed up and I don't deserve forgiveness, but I don't know what else to do. I need to fix things.
I've heard enough from you.
What? Why?
I've had enough of your excuses. This is on you. You're the one who chose this path. You didn't think things through, and now you have to deal with the aftermath.
I understand. I know I messed up. I'm just asking for a chance to make things right.
You've had chances. You've had many chances, and you have thrown every single one of them away.
Please, I'll do anything. Just give me a chance.
No, I'm done here. While the person in question was still wallowing in their despair, I took it upon myself to push things forward, ensuring that the alimony was settled in full, and in one lump sum, no less. I wasn't going to allow any of this to drag on longer than necessary. There was no point in delaying something that needed to be resolved quickly, especially when it came to such an important issue. Time was of the essence, and I wasn't going to let him waste any more of it, nor allow his emotional state to get in the way of practical matters. It had already been a long, drawn-out situation. We couldn't afford to continue like that, caught in limbo. Naturally, I didn't forget about Riley, the one who had caused all of this in the first place, the affair partner. She was no less responsible for the mess than Wyatt, and I made sure she was billed for her part as well. It was the least I could do. After all, she had contributed to the ruin of not just a marriage, but a family, and I wasn't about to let that slide without making sure she faced the consequences. The situation might have been difficult, but it was not going to be a free pass for anyone involved. Riley, in particular, seemed to think that her involvement was somewhat excusable, but I wasn't about to let her think she could escape her share of the blame so easily. I had to remind myself that while I was within my rights to demand this from them, I was still dealing with a family dynamic that was much more complicated than I would have liked. Family, no matter how flawed, always seemed to pull you back in, even when you had long since accepted the fact that you were better off without them. But in this case, there was no escaping what needed to be done. The financial aspects of it all had to be handled, and handled quickly. So I set about ensuring everything was squared away. The last thing I needed was for them to try and drag things out even longer, especially now that the damage had been done. Looking at my stepfather, who was now in the unfortunate position of being a tragic figure unable to legally marry, and Riley, it became clear that they both viewed everything that was happening as a little more than a storyline, a way to bolster the image of their relationship. To them, every part of their ordeal, from the betrayal to the eventual separation, seemed to be just another piece of drama to help cement their connection. I began to notice how they behaved, how everything that unfolded between them seemed to be viewed through the lens of a script they were following. There was no real sense of remorse or reflection, only an eagerness to move on and pretend as though everything was going according to plan. It was as though their entire relationship had been nothing more than a performance, and this unfortunate mess they had created was simply a chapter they could easily brush aside. They seemed to take it all in stride, as though it was something expected, something that only added flavor to their story. I could almost see them as characters in a soap opera, playing their parts, believing that everything that happened was somehow meant to be. It was an unsettling thought, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized it made sense. This was how they processed everything, the betrayal, the lies, the heartache. It was all part of some narrative they had built for themselves, a story where they were the central figures and everyone else was simply an extra in the background. I almost wondered if they were able to block out the emotional and moral implications of what they had done, or if they truly believed they had done nothing wrong. Their emotions, however, didn't seem to run deep. There was no real regret, no true understanding of the harm they had caused. From what I gathered, they didn't seem to realize how everything they had done had affected not just Wyatt's family, but the wider network of people who had known them. They had become so absorbed in their little world that they were blind to the pain they'd inflicted. There were people who had once looked up to them, people who had cared about them, and they had shattered those relationships with their actions. But neither of them seemed to have any awareness of the damage they had done. All they cared about was each other, their newly formed bond, and how they could present themselves as the victims of a cruel twist of fate. They were blind to everything else. Still, even though their perception of it all was rather self-serving, they managed to settle their debts. Riley and Wyatt both, paying the alimony in full and in one lump sum. I was somewhat surprised at how quickly it was done, but I suppose it was to be expected when there was little to no resistance from either of them. They had no intention of making things more difficult than they needed to be, not when they were so focused on their new lives. They probably thought that paying the money and putting everything behind them would help them move forward, but the truth was the mess they had made was not something you could easily erase with money. No amount of alimony would undo the damage, but at least it brought the financial side of things to a close. For me, this quick resolution was actually a blessing. While I had my reservations about the whole situation, at least it meant there would be less hassle in the long run. The last thing I wanted was to keep dragging things out or dealing with more of the emotional fallout from this entire mess. There had been enough of that already, and with the alimony paid in full, I was able to cross that particular issue off my list. No more arguments, no more back and forth. It was done. I didn't have to worry about Wyatt or Riley trying to wriggle their way out of their responsibilities. They had paid, and that was that. I could focus on moving forward, and that was the most important thing for me at this point. But life didn't stop there. After the payment was made, Wyatt and Riley's marriage came to an end, just as expected. Their relationship, which had always seemed to be built on shaky ground, collapsed completely. Wyatt, having lost everything, his family, his home, his finances, left town. There was nothing left for him there. He took what little he could and disappeared. No one knew where he went, and honestly, no one cared. His absence was just another part of the drama that had played out. It was as if he had become a ghost, fading into the background, no longer a part of the picture. The only thing left behind was the mess he had created and the sense of emptiness that followed him out of town. As for Riley, she didn't exactly have the luxury of disappearing. She was left to deal with the fallout of the divorce, but instead of taking time to reflect on her role in everything that had happened, she quickly moved on, within a matter of weeks. She and my ex-stepfather were already living together. It seemed like the next logical step for them, a way to solidify their bond. Their relationship, which had started off in secrecy, was now fully out in the open, and yet, despite the outward appearance of everything being fine, there was an underlying tension that couldn't be ignored. In the beginning, everything seemed to be progressing smoothly, or at least that's what they wanted everyone to believe, but soon enough the cracks began to show. The neighbors, who had been quietly observing their relationship from a distance, finally started to take notice. At first they kept their opinions to themselves, but as the days went by, it became increasingly difficult to ignore the odd looks and whispered conversations behind closed doors. The whole situation had started to attract attention, and not in a good way. It was then that my ex-stepfather and Riley seemed to wake up to reality. For all their earlier confidence, they hadn't realized just how much judgment they were under. It wasn't just their immediate families that had been affected by their actions, it was the whole community. People who had once respected them now viewed them with suspicion, and it seemed to be a hard pill to swallow. They were no longer the picture-perfect couple they had once imagined themselves to be. Instead, they were just two people who made a series of poor decisions and now had to live with the consequences. Their fantasy of a happily ever after was crumbling before their eyes. It wasn't long before their relationship started to show signs of strain. The awkward silences grew longer, the arguments more frequent, and the sense of unease that had previously been pushed aside could no longer be ignored. They had moved in together quickly, thinking it would somehow solidify their connection, but it had only brought out the differences between them. They weren't the perfect match they had once believed themselves to be, and the reality of their situation was starting to take a toll. Now it seemed as though the end was near. The tension between them had become palpable. The relationship was no longer the fresh, exciting new beginning they had imagined it to be. It had become a strained and uncomfortable existence, one that was unlikely to last much longer. Every day felt like a reminder of how fragile their bond truly was, and how quickly it had unraveled. The realization that they were not going to live happily ever after, that their story was not one of a fairy tale romance, seemed to have finally sunk in.